We're here at Woodbridge Brewery. My name is Errol Marks from the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. We're here with NR Media. It's unbelievable right now. Nithin, everybody knows who Nithin is. One of the funny guys that comes on our show. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing with your communication company and the NR Media and with Woodbridge Brewery.
Well, first of all, Errol, thanks for having me as a partnership. By the way, Worldwide Sports Network fans, we just did a partnership, so I'm part of that team now when it comes to articles, and stay tuned for content, everything. So we are a new partnership. Thank you, Errol, for supporting us throughout, and you guys are the best. Great show as always. But with my company, I didn't expect this to grow a bit big, but with all the help, connections, and it's all about networking. So the last 4 years I've been hustling, working hard, getting up to here is just truly amazing. And having these events here helping out is just amazing at Woodbridge.
Now, Jeremy, you've been working with Nithin for about a year now. Yes, and you've been doing a lot for Nithin and for the media company. And now you're going to school. You're going to be going to college at the end of this year, going to Tampa University. Tell us a little bit about your dreams and admirations.
So since I was a little kid, I was always a giant sports fan. My dad had me memorize the Yankees rosters from 2 years old. He'd have me holding me up, trying to show it and impress his friends. So I've always known I wanted to do something in the sports. And then COVID happened, and I'm watching these guys interview these players all on Zoom, and it's like, it's something I could do. I knew for a good few years now that I wasn't going to be a professional baseball player I dreamed of when I was in Little League. I set out to be a sports journalist, and I lucked my way into attending a conference at George Mason, a journalism and media conference, and from there I learned all about networking. And a few months after that, I was in Woodbridge with Nithin, walked up to him because I saw his press credentials on, and it's gone from there.
It's unbelievable. It really is. And Nithin has been bringing people together. He has 13 people under him and doing big things right now, working with so many different organizations, working with the Yankees, working with Woodbridge and all the different organizations that you're working with. Nithin, you look at what is going on in the media world and the transition of the media world. You just had a media convention with Stephen A. Smith. Tell us a little bit about what you see media being in the future that's going to change the industry.
The one thing about media is the event we did with Stephen A. Smith on Wednesday, networking, that's a big thing. I think media in the future is still going to continue with networking, connections, in person. I feel like we get more out of going into in-person events, meeting high-profile journalists or whatever, and this is a great thing. Whoever wants to be in the sports media business, especially the Rowan University students, that's where Stephen A. Smith was on Wednesday, and the students loved it, and they learned a lot from him. And the key thing is for students going into this business is network and then hustling, making sure you're always saying yes to everything. Do not say no. Say yes to every opportunity that pops up. So that's the future of media. I feel like you look at the cameras now and all the technology. That's another big thing. Technology has improved a lot in media. People can do a variety of things when it comes to media. So the future of media is bright, and whoever's getting into it, just continue working hard like what we're doing right now, and you'll see positive things.
I've been in this industry for over 12 years now. I've seen a lot of different things, the way the transition of the media world and digital profile networks are turning into transitioning. ESPN's trying to do that, CBS and NBC and all these big organizations, even Prime, Apple TV, everybody's trying to transition the game and grow the game. Now, Jeremy, obviously this is what you want to do, and this is your dreams and your admirations. When you look at everything that you've seen over the last year working with Nithin and getting to understand what this networking and growing a product is, where do you see yourself moving forward after college?
My hope is to find some type of media job. I'm not going to say no to any opportunity I get, whether that's within writing, radio, podcasting. I'm fine with anything. Currently, as a journalism major, I'm probably going to wind up changing that to a double major with communication and media studies. So I'm really anything that could put me working with ESPN, CBS, anything. Even a local place to start, I'm fine with that.
Last question for both of you. And this is a really, really good question because we're based out of the tri-state, New York fans, New Jersey fans, for whatever New Jersey sports still exist. I think the Devils are the only organization now that really exists now. The Nets are in Brooklyn. When you look at professional sports for the tri-state, do you see growth now that you see, obviously, the Knicks growing into the team that they are, the Yankees, which they've always been a great organization and team, and the Rangers? But there are other teams like the Islanders, the Devils, even the Buffalo Bills, the Buffalo Sabres. These are New York teams. People forget that. Do you see a difference in sports and the growth of sports here in New York for the better? Because honestly, I've been disgusted being a New York fan and becoming a fan for another team.
The future is bright for New York sports, and for the Yankees, you got stars all over. Aaron Judge, Juan Soto now, Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle, Jacob Trouba, Will Cooley, upcoming star. you got bright young players in New York and New Jersey area. If you look at the Brooklyn Nets, even though the big three didn't work out, but they still have young players now. But they got Mikal Bridges. I like the way New York, New Jersey sports is going with the Devils too, and I think fans be patient. It's all a waiting game, but the next few years you'll see these teams grow.
Jeremy, I've been patient for over 30 years, and you're younger than I am, so I don't know how much more patient I could be. But what are your thoughts to New York sports? Do you agree with Nithin? Do you believe that New York sports are going to transition into conglomerate organizations that actually grow and turn into something? Because right now, I just don't see any growth right now in New York sports.
I look at it like this. New York's always going to have the most attention on it. It's one of the biggest markets in the world, and it's so hard to win in these sports. I think you got spoiled with the Yankees back in the 90s. You saw them win all the time. And dynasties like that don't come around that often. I do think you're always seeing these teams in the playoffs, and it's just a matter of if you luck out there and get it. With the right team, it could happen. You could see another dynasty in any of the 12 teams around this area, and you just got to hope to luck into it. Hope the owners give out the money. A lot of people call Yankees owner Hal Steinbrenner cheap, but he's got a $300 million payroll, paying that with the luxury tax. A lot of these teams, and the New York taxes do play into it as well. So I think eventually you will see some of these teams grow, and you'll see some of the teams fall, and there'll be a pattern like that.
I could only hope. I trust in Nithin and Jeremy over here and our media here at the Woodbridge Brewery. It's been unbelievable. It really, really, really appreciate Nithin inviting us here, and hopefully we'll be here for many, many different events. Thank you, Nithin.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jeremy.